for Florida airsofters. It's our Google Hangout, and I didn't notice it had a countdown, so that's fun. Um, so there's me here. I'm Overkill Luke, or my call sign's Overkill, and then we got our buddy Tetris here, and my
Hello?
dad is coming. He's gonna sit right here, and we're gonna get this started in a second. So, all right, he's still running around. So me and Tetris here got into the spirit and got our plate carriers and stuff on.
Yeah. My Macs are still loaded from the last game. Never unloaded them yet.
That's got like a couple high caps still loaded from the last game too. That's your mag, by the way, sitting in my room.
Oh, yeah. They're all there.
And got his fast helmet on. This is my helmet. Almost right here.
FEH.
Yeah. Let's say, what the heck? Just have to. Oh.
I don't know.
So I'm probably gonna want getting a Mitch, by the way, because the headset that we have doesn't fit with this thing, so and it has.
Alright, so what do you guys want to talk about?
Anything and everything, all at once.
That's That's what I was thinking.
Do we have viewers already, or is this just gonna be a video on YouTube?
Right,
It'll be a video on YouTube.
Video.
We can always talk about the last game we played.
Well, right. I figured that we want to talk about that. So the last game that we played together was the June 14th Elite Force Day at Combat City, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't cool. It was hot, but yeah, it was nice. It was a fun day.
Well,
We
it was
got
hot
rained
for the first hour that we were there, which we got there later than you guys. But then the rain came, and it wasn't really hot anymore, but it was really wet and rainy. Yeah. So then that's when we decided to head on up to the indoor location in Winter Park, which, if you guys know Combat City, if you're listening to this, it's a series of airsoft fields in Orlando, and there's an outdoor field, and there used to be 2 indoor fields, but now there's only one because they closed one of them. And the reason they closed one of them was they're trying to branch out to the Tampa area, and so now there's only the outdoor field, and then there's the indoor field in Winter Park, which I think is the one that started it all. And that's it. So we started at the outdoor field.
That's our favorite.
But the event, the Elite Force event, started at, I guess, 10 in the morning, which they originally said 9, but then I guess they pushed it back to 10 because they realized probably there weren't going to be a whole lot of people there at 9.
Yeah, we weren't going to be there.
Well, we were going to be there, but then...
That was Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was at summer camp until I got back about 11 Saturday. So I was a little tired. And the first game, when we first got to the outdoor, I just was drained instantly. From I literally sat at the respawn for like 3 minutes because I was drained already. And then once we got all wet and cooled off and headed to the indoor, it wasn't that bad. I just ran around and it was normal, crazy me.
Well, we got to see Jazz, so that was cool.
Got to see who?
Jazz.
Oh, Jazz. Yeah, poor Jazz. So our buddy Jazz, he was there at the outdoor, and he couldn't leave the outdoor because he couldn't get picked up at the indoor. So we had to abandon him at the outdoor. And I don't know,
Never forget. Never forget.
Did you figure out how that went from? It stopped raining eventually, I think.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him about the day yet, other than just showing him my DCU multicam loadout and that one picture of Trail Mix. Other than that, I didn't talk to him yet.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how the rest of the day went.
Tetris's trail mix saved the day. 'Cause I got hungry around like 3-ish, so I just started eating all of Tetris's trail mix that he put in our cardboard box.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. And
Oh yeah, he used his riot shield, which was amazing.
oh yeah, that's it. We're
A
actually
little bit too tall for it though, so.
we're trying to make a new bigger one. As you can see, this one's kind of
Improved.
small.
Yeah.
But what we're thinking is he has another one that's not really too much taller, but it's wider. So what we're thinking we're gonna do is we'll have 2 people, one on each riot shield, and we'll stack them.
Okay.
Whoever's on the top,
Awesome.
open up between the 2 and start shooting out of that.
A little hole to fit your rifle barrel through.
Really, people will really not be too happy about that.
Yeah. There was this flashlight I saw on Lowe's it looks almost like a tack light, like it's probably like that big, but it has like 3 settings, and it was high beams, low beams, and a strobe feature. And the strobe was pretty disorienting, and it was like 130 lumens. And I think I'm gonna try and pick that flashlight up one day.
Or no, dude, his name is backwards.
It should fix itself. Let me try this.
What happened?
There it goes.
There he goes.
That's right. Oh, I was trying to turn my name on there.
It shows Chad Hitchcock.
Yeah, it was backwards a second ago. If you go to the Hangout toolbox, the first thing on the little menu there you can turn on, there's this area called the lower third, and that turns on your name down there if you want it. I don't know if you want it or not. And you can adds your little Hangout picture. I'm trying to share the link, but every time the link window pops up, it disappears. It's really annoying.
Oh, I see that.
Isn't that annoying?
Yep.
Let me see if I can get it somewhere else.
Well, I'll tell you what, the indoor field was completely packed full of people. There was like no room to move around, basically, and like people were just stacking each other's stuff on top of each other's.
It was a perfect simulation if you went to China.
Yeah. and we're lucky our buddy Carlos was there, and he saved us at least a little room to put down our big old cardboard box that I live in on the street.
T11, yeah.
I can't get the link. Oh well, I guess we'll just share it when we're done.
Yeah, you do that. But it was fun. The gameplay wasn't the most interesting because of how many people. I mean, there's like more than 100 people on, like, I don't know how many square feet that thing is, but that's still a lot of people. You'd look at like one good barrier and there'd be like 10 people or so stacked up there.
Not only were there thousands of people there, but the team we were facing against all had polar stars.
Oh yeah, so for whatever reason, whenever we play at Combat City, I feel like they look at us 3 and they see that we're fairly kitted out, so they're like, alright, all the Polar Star guys are on that team, so these 3 guys right here need to be on the other team to balance it out. And then it just comes up as not being so fun for us. And
so glad for my dummy plate, because if I did not have my dummy plate, that would be a painful, painful day.
I tell you what, I would have. I remember one of the last times we played, one of those guys that's shooting like 60 or so rounds per second lit me up about 7 feet away, and it hit me in the plate carrier. And I was happy that it didn't hit me anywhere else.
I love the JPC, but with the exoskeleton cummerbunds, I got hit right on the side of one. So that sucks.
That reminds me of the other day. Me and him took the Elite Force 1911 out back and started shooting each other with it. That was interesting. And then we went out and had dinner. with
Who won the game?
back. Oh, we didn't like play for win. I was just like, hey Dad, go stand out there, and I shot him a couple times. And I went and stood out there, and he shot me a couple times.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about getting a Fly Industry MBSS or map pack. So
Yep.
I'm going that instead of the Condor hydration carrier, just because I guess I'm going more for an impression kind of look.
Mhm.
Something like a PJ, something.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get the hydration carrier, the Condor one. I'm still debating because I know you can roll either one up,
Yeah.
but the hydration 2 has more space. And I'm not going for a impression at all. So
I mean, I originally wasn't going to either, but now looking more and more and more, I'm just getting more into it. But another reason I want the MBSS, it's because I like to walk around, I like to hike, and whatever. So it's always good to have like a small little hydration carrier with you, just to keep it small.
yep.
I actually got an embed code.
Got an event code.
No, embed.
Oh.
No,
So he's got a JPC. My plate carrier, if you can see it right here, is a Condor Gunner lightweight plate carrier. Pretty similar in size to his JPC. Mine's a little bit bigger. It's got a full
Yeah, yours seems
cummerbund.
tall. Too.
Yeah, it's taller. It's about the same like slim size factor.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but
I've just got my single mag pouch on here for now because I don't have any more mag pouches, which is kind of funny.
yeah, the JPC comes with internal mag pouches, which are pretty good. They're not like they're just like a piece of elastic inside of it, and then the bungees on top. And reloading is actually pretty easy. My friend was over one time, and he had an M4, and he tried to put his magazines in, but they were falling right below the lip of the opening. So if you do run this with an M4, probably get something like those mag pulls or the Ranger plates.
Yep.
Just so you don't have to dig in there.
Uh-huh. Mine has the pocket too. It just doesn't come with an insert.
Yeah, you
So
need like an
I was lucky.
kangaroo pouch insert.
I was lucky that Dad had this extra mag pouch lying around that he got while I was away, or I would have just been sticking my extra high cap in my gum pouch and grabbing that out when I needed to load. Luckily, since we're playing indoor though for the most part, I didn't have to worry about that too much. I didn't have to reload too much.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, running with a high cap, I got like 500 rounds in here, so I only had to reload once. And that magazine lasted me 3 games. So it's crazy. I want to run with mid caps, though. I'm tired
You
of
weren't running very
What?
You were running my gun though, which is shooting like you're running my AK though, and it's shooting like 10 rounds a second. So it's hard to go through a lot of ammo that quick. I have almost a support gunner's mentality. If I see somebody, I don't let off the trigger unless they start shooting back.
That's good. Yeah, for me, I don't know, I stick back because I want to be more like a medic kind of thing. And I always like to be the spotter for a sniper, so I like to see the whole field and just try and like look out at what's going on. But I like to rush people too. Yeah, I remember the first game we played. It was on the Orlando indoor park. As soon as the whistle blew, I ran all the way to the other side of the map.
Yeah, that was fun. I was for the most part running right behind you, and like a couple times I got like a good three hit one mag in your little Makarov there, and that was funny. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have my Macroff. I just need CO2 for it. I'm gonna get some soon.
We have,
But
we,
I really want to get that Glock that the kid had. That Glock was amazing.
yeah, we have a gigantic bag of CO2 now, like 40 CO2 cartridges for his 1911 TAC. I'm gonna grab it.
It's crazy. Oh no, my phone battery's dying. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna have to move
All right.
place really soon. Hold on. I'm gonna set my phone down really quick and then I'll be right back.
Oh my god, I can't pick that up.
Alright. Yeah, I had to get the charger for my phone because it's dying.
Nope.
I'm gonna
I
set
think we
this up.
should also probably talk a little bit about maybe where we want to go with this show.
With the show? Yeah, first we gotta start off small, of course. We just gotta try and run out bugs if we ever have any bugs.
Uh,
Like anything. Like right now my setup is not quite professional because I'm just using my phone and my phone's going all over the place. I gotta make sure I charge my phone before we do this.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's done a pod. Well, he's still doing a podcast. So his
Yeah, for his figures.
channel, yeah, for his action figures and custom action figure news. So that his knowledge about that should kind of help out. But I think we can have a lot more people on the show. We have a lot more buddies. Carlos could definitely come on here eventually. He's the leader of, if you don't know, the our Florida airsoft team that me and my dad are on called Deer and Knights. We're sponsored by Airsplat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sponsored by Airsplat.
Yep. He goes by Beginner Airsoft Player on Instagram.
And
Anybody knows him?
Jazz is pretty cool.
Yeah, we have enough people to have like a fairly big show.
Mm-hmm. Carlos has got his sons that could be on here.
Yeah, we just gotta see what works and then just try it out.
We gotta say, Carlos is a really nice guy too. I mean, he gave my dad a Magpul rail system, or Magpul handguard. Just gave it to him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
He also gave me a Airsplat goodie bag.
yeah, we got that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the handguard back to him though because I got my rails, so
Yep.
got that
Yeah,
installed.
how's that working for you?
It's pretty good.
Pretty cool.
I just gotta get a PEC box for my battery, which I ordered the wrong size PEC box, but that's okay because I'll use it. It's actually the smaller one, so I'll use that for my XCR, and then I'll just get another PEC box for my M4 when I can. Probably won't be that long.
What's cool is we got a bunch of rail covers with that rail. So now I put a bunch of rail covers on my OCW. I stole them from my dad. I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, I didn't even have the package open 5 minutes, and he took half of my rail covers. And
Nice.
he He just took them and put them on his AK.
How do they look?
Well, he's getting it right now, so you can see it.
Pretty
So,
cool.
yeah, his rail's so huge, though, you can't even barely tell there's any rail covers on it.
And I stole his flash hider too.
Nice.
Yeah, well, that'll be coming back. We had to rip his orange tip. We had to like kind of pretty much destroy it to get it off because it was not only glued but pinned on, so it was both. So we had to. I tried to the pin there on my KWA M4. The pin was just a little Allen screw, and I just unscrewed it. It was super easy, and then I could just take my bird cage off, which my bird cage is metal anyhow, so I just spray paint it. But I had to take it off to put my rail on because I had to take my forward triangle off because my rail was too long. But anyhow, his bird cage is plastic, and the pen is just stuck in there, just tacked in there, and it had glue on it. So I had to pretty much.
I think that's how my AK is because like it says that you can put a flash hider on it, or you can change it out and put a suppressor. But
well,
I don't know if there's like a certain way that they made it, but on the real AKs, there's a pin that you just push, and the whole thing should slide out. Mm-hmm. And that thing, it feels like the pin is like solid in there, like if it's glued on or something. Well, and we're looking on forums that people that find the gun, they say that they had to blowtorch it to melt the glue off.
Yeah, that's right. That's when I took his off, I thought maybe it was a pin you had to push out or something like that, and it wouldn't come out. I couldn't screw it out, but when I don't know if you can see that there, you probably can't see it, but there's a hole in there. There's no threads in it. That's where the pin went in, and there was like no way to get it out without destroying the. There's probably a way if like you've been doing this for a lot longer than us. We haven't been doing this for so long, but anyhow, it doesn't matter because we're gonna get mock suppressors for our rifles, or he'll probably just keep this thing because it looks even better on his AK than it does on my XCR. So.
Oh, on your XCR, it looks beastly.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I want to get a mock suppressor for the XCR though, because I think it'll look even better once I get
with the grenade launcher.
Right,
just give it some extra barrel length.
Well, I put the grenade launcher on the M4, so that's where that's staying. The grenade launcher.
Can stay there?
Yeah, it's going to stay on the M4. That's where I planned on it. And then the XCR will have the foregrip, and then I'll put a PEC box on it and a mock suppressor, and then that one will be done. And the M4 will keep the. I mean, I might switch them back and forth, depending on like if I want to play CQB with the grenade launcher. I can. It's super easy to just switch them. But I want to get for the M4. I want to get an ACOG, and I'm gonna get the longer PEC box that'll go up here, and then it'll be like pretty much
Yeah, you're going for the Lone Survivor kind of M4, right? Yeah.
Right, Lone Survivor type M4. The only thing that'll be different on
it's the SOAP mod.
Yeah, SOP mod. The only thing that'll be different will be that I'll have a carry handle. I'll just keep the carry handle on there because I'm not going to buy a riser. I'll just put a carry handle adapter and put an ACOG on the top. So, but it'll look pretty much almost exactly like that.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool.
By the way, if you see pictures of me and my helmet's all crooked, it's because it's way too gigantic for my head and likes to go all over the place.
What'd you say?
Lots of pictures of me, like on his Facebook, has me with my helmet like super crooked because it's too gigantic for my head.
Well, people just gotta wear it. This is how we wear a helmet. This is how you get maximum coverage for your brain.
This is how
makes you nobody shot. Yeah, it's probably I don't know. I never tried your helmet on, but the dial on the back really helps adjust it to your head. It keeps it tight.
That's why good. The IBH is an older style helmet, so
is it American or is that something else? Because I've actually never seen that before until you got it.
I have no clue. I know the Navy SEALs used to use it. I don't use it more. They use fast helmets now. And it's got the slot on the side for comms, which doesn't fit our comms. So
No, that's by Howard Light, right?
yeah, probably
Yeah,
gonna.
I don't know if you know on YouTube, there's a guy called Range Time, and he used to have those ear defenders.
Mhm.
Look pretty cool.
And I'll probably get a Mitch 2000 now. I'm looking at one because a GoPro mount doesn't fit in this.
That's
Not
the older helmets, right?
the Mitch 2. Yeah. But they have the big old ear cups on the side, so
Yeah, I
still.
had I was wearing a real one yesterday. I went to a old gun shop, and they had a couple real ones there, which is actually where I got my Vietnam steel pot, my
Yeah.
M1 helmet. Yeah, they had a bunch of cool stuff there.
I'll tell you what, wearing the steel pot, like my dad's done it a couple times during games, and he couldn't do it for like more than a couple games because it was so heavy.
Nice.
Er,
Yeah, I want to try and piece together kind of like a Vietnam Korean kind of kit because I have the old Korean era webbing gear. I want to try and put them together.
I think that's another thing we should talk about is maybe our airsoft backgrounds so far.
There's some backgrounds, alright, yeah.
So you can go first because ours is a little more complicated.
Yeah, I have a long background. Alright, so I've been playing airsoft since about 7th grade, but that has been on and off. When I was first in 7th grade, I ran I think it was a Tokyo Mari or either a SEMA AK-74U hybrid Spetsnaz. It was like a plain AK-74U, but it had like this weird M4 stock to it.
Yeah.
And that's what I ran for a while. And I had like a very small group with some of my school friends. It was just us four. And back then, our name was Fear, which was the first. God, I don't remember what it was. It was like something assault, rapid deployment, something crazy. But then that was in middle school. So then when we started going to high school, we got separated, and we just never really saw each other much after that because we didn't really stick with Facebook or any of that stuff. But when I went to my sophomore year of high school and my junior year of high school, which is this year, my friend wanted to start airsoft again. And at first, it was just Army of Two, because it was one of my friends and his other friend. But then he recruited me and another kid, and then we changed our name to Project Eidolon. And we've been going to Combat City many times. You know the current leader now. He was at my house, and we did a little hangout like last week or something. He's the one with the bleach mask, or like the full face mask. But then my old buddy moved to Colorado in January, so he had to stop playing airsoft with us. But he's going to be coming back next summer, and then he's going to move back down here the year after that. And he's saving up a lot of money so he can get more Nielsen gear like me. He's planning on getting a JPC and a helmet and all that stuff. But as of right now, my other team, they're not doing much, so I decided to make my own kind of thing. We're suited towards Milsim and just trying to help out people with kind of medic ideas, medic patch, which is Viking Tactical. And the reason that I named it Viking Tactical is because I always wear my Mjolnir, my little Thor little necklace, and I just like the Vikings, you know. They're just pretty cool, and like the Navy SEALs, I feel like they were like the modern Vikings. They always travel by water. They're just pretty cool. And also, I found out that most of my kit was actually similar to the Norwegian Special Naval Warfare operation. Blah blah blah. So that's my thing, and I play with you guys all the time now. I guess I roll with the Viera Knights sometimes when we go on big events on Combat City. But then we have our Central Florida operators, we're the Gooberators.
Yeah.
Gooberators. That's Overkill, Lucas. Then we have Chad, his dad. Then me, which I'm Creature, and my name's Tetris or Petrus. Either way. Then we have Jazz. I call him Starfish because he has a little Patrick Star. So that's my background, I guess. Big jumble of words. It's crazy all over the place.
Mhm. So ours started, I guess, not this past September, but the one before that. And I got I'd been like watching airsoft videos on YouTube and stuff, and I thought it was really, really cool. And for that Christmas, I begged and begged my mom to get me an airsoft gun, and I got a SEMA CMO 28. Like I've still got it. It broke and I fixed it, and he was actually using it the 14th because his gun is broken right now. That thing still works. And the first time we got to go actually play at Combat City, which was the outdoor, we went this past September for my birthday, and we went with, it was me and my dad, and he's using a rental gun and had some of the Marine camo stuff we got, and I had a chest rig and multicam stuff that I gotten for Christmas. We played with my buddy Nick, who's awesome, and I wish he had played more airsoft with us, but he's kind of in a paintball. And so we got like we got a lot of our original stuff, or I did, or no, we both did. We got like our Marpat stuff and knee pads and some other stuff from our cousin David, who's in the Marines, and he's actually looking at coming to play airsoft with us eventually. He lives in Georgia, so the next time he's visiting, hopefully he'll get to play with us. And I hope it'll be sometime this summer.
Really cool.
Um,
Teach you guys tactics too, right?
yeah, he's going to teach us some tactics. And then, yeah, he has been working pretty hard and making a bunch of money off of making custom action figures for people, and he's gotten a lot of tactical gear. I got him into it. He really liked that first time that we went out and played, and he got his first gun, which was a WE Tech Navy SEAL that never worked. So we traded that to a kid who finally got to work.
And it was like a wiring problem.
It was a wiring problem. It seemed like a wiring problem to me because it didn't seem to get any electrical response. And I think if we would have messed with it more, we might have figured it out. But that thing just wasn't very good. And now we have now he has a CQR and his upgraded XCR, and they're both awesome. And I got my Echo 1 OCW right here because I wanted an AK, and it's like an M4 hybrid. So
it's pretty nice.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of our backgrounds.
Yeah, I was playing airsoft on and on, but I didn't start continuing with it a lot and getting much more into it until this past September.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with all my friends.
Yeah.
But then he moved in January. He's gonna be coming back, and when he comes back, I'm definitely gonna be taking him play airsoft. He's gonna be saving up all his money for new gear, and the week before he comes, he's gonna ship it to my house or either his grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just gonna be rocking it out.
So maybe next we should talk about our current gear a little bit. Me and my dad did a loadout video on YouTube, and those are pretty outdated now. They weren't even that long ago, but they're pretty outdated now. First of all, we both got plate carriers. I've got the Condor, down there lightweight plate carrier, and this thing's pretty cool. He's got a Condor MOPC, which is right here, that actually has mag pouches on it. I've got this is my one mag pouch right now. He's got his knife. He's got a Condor side. Oh, no, yep, right side. Condor sidekick pouch. And neither of us have anything on the back right now, but we do plan on getting something for a hydro carrier for the back. He's got his cool fast helmet. Where'd you put that?
It's amazing. And his mask too.
Yeah, and his zombie mask. Should grab that. This thing's
Here, let me put it all together.
here. He's gonna put it all on. I've got an IBH helmet right now. I'm probably gonna get a Mitch. We both have ESS goggles. We custom painted it. I've got a red star on there, some patches, and I have a different helmet insert. We both got battle belts. His has got his pistol on it and his dump pouch. All I've got on mine is a dump pouch. He has an Elite Force 1911 TAC. I don't have a pistol right now. He's also got a WE M9 that's broken for right now. Let me put stickers on.
I'm gonna wait for you guys to put it on.
Well, I got them. I got mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to so it doesn't fall apart.
And both of us have various camos that we wear. I've got, we both got M81 Woodlands, Woodland Marpat, and Desert Marpat. And I've got a set of multicam that I've kind of grown out of and are kind of not the best multicam, but they still work. Yep, that's it. And he's got his headphones.
Nice, man.
Yep. Yep. Still working for me. Say that? Say what? Say what?
What kind of flashlights are those? Are those just like plain like
they're
flashlights you buy at a store, or?
They're just little. You can get these little things at like Walmart. They're made by Energizer, and they're little. They're like little flashlights that you can clip to your hat like this.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're just like little work lights, which are really cool for a lot of things. But what I did is, for these, I dremeled off the little hat clip. Both of them were pretty close to dead. This one was like one of Lucas's old ones, and then this one was one that I bought for going camping and stuff. And they were both pretty dead, but I went on eBay and actually they just came today. I reordered the batteries for them, so now they're both full power. So they should be pretty good in the CQB field. And then what I did is I dremeled off the little hat clips, and then I just glued Velcro, little scraps of Velcro, so that I can attach them to my belt on my helmet.
What just happened? I just got kicked out.
It says we're still live. I think maybe.
No, yeah, you guys were still broadcasting, but for some reason my phone just kicked me out of the app.
Oh,
I'm still good though.
yeah. So anyhow, like I was saying, I just cut with my Dremel. I just cut the clips off, and then I just super glued little scraps of Velcro to it, and now it fits onto my helmet. So I got little helmet lights, and since I had them just laying around, it was a lot cheaper than buying. Which, by the way, this is like a really expensive hobby.
Airsoft, yeah.
Probably the most expensive hobby ever. I thought customizing action figures was expensive, but this is probably. I guess it's not any more expensive, but to really get into it, if you really like it, it's kind of expensive because you can't really get a very good gun unless you spend more than right at $200 or more. But then even just getting the gun, that's $200 is enough because you got to buy a battery for it, and you got to buy, and then that's just the beginning because you want to buy attachments and all this stuff.
Upgrades for the insides.
Right, and that doesn't.
I'm not trying to offend anybody here, but the kids that always wear cry gear, that's expensive, man. Freaking their pants can go up to like $200, then their shirts like $200. Plate carriers are like $500. I don't understand where they get the money for.
I don't understand where they get it either. I mean, it's just like, yeah, I don't understand where they get it. But anyhow, I mean, I've gotten very lucky with it. This past, so far this year, I sold a whole bunch of my Star Wars figure collection to get the money to kind of get started, and then I just had some really good luck recently selling some of my customs, and I've been able to. I had bad luck too because my first M4 that I bought was a lemon. It didn't really work. It kept breaking. It broke like 2 weeks after I got it, and then I fixed it, sent it all the way back to e-bike, had it fixed, and then it broke again, and that was kind of bad luck, and and then but I was able to get I really want to have an M4. Like I've got my XCR, but it's not. It's technically you could call it an M4 type, but it's not like a classic M4. Which you can ask Lucas. When he was first telling me, he's like, "Oh, you should buy an airsoft gun, Dad," and I'm like, "Yeah, right." And then I was like, "Well, if I buy one, I'm gonna buy an M4." So that was always like my plan from way back. But I'll say if you're starting in airsoft and you're wanting to buy an M4, get the KWA, either the CQR Mod 1 or Mod 2, because they are.
KWA's it's a very good brand for rifles and pistols.
I thought it was at the time, and as I've watched more YouTube videos, I've figured out not really.
KWA's not good, no. I always hear good stuff from them though.
KWA's, yeah.
Well, I'm happy with it. It's really smooth how it shoots. Like, it doesn't sound like it's. It sounds really good when it shoots. It shoots pretty accurately, and my WEM4 kind of sprayed all over the place.
Yeah, I think there's a misalignment in there somewhere.
I think there was a lot of problems with it, but anyhow.
Our XCR, when we first got the hop-up unit was broken. We've actually got it on the desk right here, and I fixed that. He bought a new hop-up unit, so that was kind of bad luck. Spent $300 on that gun, and it didn't work quite right.
Well, it wasn't just the gun. I spent the $300 on it. Was came with the EOTech and a bunch of mags and the LiPo and the charger, so it was a good deal. And when it wasn't expensive to fix the hop up, it was just.
Like I said, I got my first gun for my birthday, and I'm surprised that thing still works. It's pretty cool that thing still works. I had to sell a bunch of my old action figures to get my OCW and my helmet, and now it's kind of annoying that I can't use the helmet for everything that I want it for, and I'm going to have to get a new helmet, but oh well. I like getting the new helmet. Getting to paint it all over again and stuff. But that thing, I don't have to buy like a rail system or anything for it. There's a couple things externally that I want to do, but I'm just going to upgrade the crap out of it on the inside, and that'll be good. Works pretty well already, though. It has really good range with the bucking that's already in there. Now,
What?
Talk about your guns a little bit.
Yeah, alright, so my first gun, well, the one that I run with now is a D-Boys AK-74S, which is the skeleton stock. It's like the triangle skeleton stock. When I first got it, I was doing a Soviet-Afghan kind of loadout thing. I was doing more Russian stuff, but now I'm switching more to more operator kind of stuff. But it's an alright gun. At first it was perfect. I had no problems with it. But now my front barrel of the AK, I don't know if you know much about an AK, but they don't really have like a lower upper receiver, the thing that kind of switches off, at least on the airsoft version. There's a little pin that separates the back and the front of the barrel, and then like the barrel where it starts and then the dust cover on the back. There's a little pin that holds it together. And I don't know what happened to it. The barrel started moving out a little bit, and I was trying to push it back in because the dust cover would sit on top of that, and without it being pushed in, the dust cover would just fall right off. So I tried to take it out to look at it, and when I took it out, the completely ripped the hop-up bucking.
Oh
And that
yeah.
screwed me over the most. Then the actual hop-up unit, I had to flare it up again because the BBs weren't feeding through. I fixed that, but then to keep the dust cover on, I tied a piece of paracord on there.
Is
But
it
what?
is it one of the pins in the truncheon assembly, like that big old pin that goes in there?
I can go grab it. Hold on. I'll be right back.
I think he's talking about that big old pin that we had a pain in the butt getting out of there when I took it apart. This one right here. Maybe it's that one. Might be that one. That one seems to have more impact on the barrel. So that one actually attaches to the barrel. I'm pretty sure he's talking about one of these pins right here. I'll move it the right way. Either that one or there's one on the inside here.
Alright. Yeah, so this is the front part of the AK.
Yeah.
Like right there. There would be a Alright. Yeah. See, the barrel's already coming out.
Yep.
But there would be a little pin that would go right there in that little hole. And that would keep this together. And when I tried to put it out, the whole barrel came out and ripped up the hop-up bucking right there. That's just some electrical tape just to keep the spring in place, not fly out. But that was a mess. I mean, the gearbox and the motor, that's perfectly fine. It's all good. Like, I just need hop-up bucking and the hop-up unit, and then that should be perfectly fine to go. But I have some exterior modifications. Like, I have some medical wrapping on the handguard, or the pistol grip, I mean, just to give it some grip. Then I painted it, kind of dusted out with the tan color with the technique that you showed me, the dry brushing. Then I have the sling just on the stock, folds. Just hit myself in the face. But yeah, I mean, it's an okay gun. I mean, I got it for like under 90 bucks, so for a gun that's like not that much, it's just like a simple fix. It's not. I can still piss it off a little bit, but
You could grab a new one of those pins probably if you need
a
it.
what?
You could probably grab another one of those pins if you needed to.
No, I have the pin. It's just in the bag. Yeah, like the pin is perfectly fine. It's just when I tried to take the pin off and take the front barrel off, because there's a little groove right there. That's where the dust cover sits, and for some reason it was getting pushed forward, so the dust cover wouldn't sit on there. So I tried to take that out to look what was wrong. I never knew what a hop-up bucking was, so that got ripped up.
I actually had a weird problem too. I took this thing apart when I fixed, like the day after I fixed his gun, because I wanted to put a different nub in here. Because when you got those pack of hop-up buckings, that we're sending one of those to you. It had 2 extra nubs in there, and it was a different nub than the one I had in here. So I put the different nub in here and actually shoots more accurate. But when I put this thing back together, that little pin right there that you're talking about, it had there was like a piece of metal protruding out through the pin hole, and I couldn't get this pin in here, so I had to like try to take it all apart again and Dremel it out and stuff. That's kind of annoying. Luckily,
Yeah, I'm not sure where the mail truck is, because yesterday it was raining all day, so I don't think he came. And today, I didn't check the mail out today, so it might be there. But I was trying to mow the lawn yesterday, and the lawnmower.
That's what we're doing today.
What?
We're mowing the lawn today.
Yeah. Yeah, my little pin is right here. This little pin.
Yep.
So that's my gun as far, and then my actual loadout that I run is, check this out.
never quite got to your loadout, did we?
Yeah, my physical loadout. Alright. So for my actual loadout, let me back up. I just run this Emerson Fast helmet, the whole, not the ballistic version. Then I have some Revision Locust goggles that I just keep there on the back. I have my name tape there from old ROTC times.
Mhm.
Has the dial on the back. I had my old call sign patch. It's probably reversed in the camera, but it's EO2, and it standard for Eidolon. I was the second person. Then there's just an air splat patch. I'm eventually gonna get one of those strobes, those big strobes. But I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna put it in the back, not the top. I'm not sure yet. Then I have a PVC kind of rubberized American flag.
Mhm.
Then I have my DTOM or Don't Tread on Me flag. Then I have this old black light flashlight.
Yeah.
Doesn't do strobe. But I mean, like, it's a pretty good helmet. I can't complain. I love this thing. It's good. Hasn't let me down yet, and I'm hoping that it won't. So, I got it on e-bike. It was like $50 on sale, but usually it runs for 50. I mean 70. $70. It's the advanced version. There's a dial on the back to adjust it to your head and whatnot. Then sometimes I just run with my attack cap. Just has some Velcro on it. Just a helmet. I mean, hat. Then I have my old name tape. That was my dad's when he was in the army. Then I have my little medic patch. Just want to be a medic. Then I have my blood type patch. I made this myself. A positive blood type. Then for my plate carrier, I have a little hemostat. I have a whole set of hemostats, but I carry this one because the scissors on this are really sharp. Stun me good. I have a little piece of paracord, act like a pad. I have a little basic pocket knife, just nothing special. I have a little pincher things. Helps if you're gonna work with paracord, if you wanna pull zip ties. It's just basically good all around. Then I have green chem lights, glow sticks, whatever you want to call it. Got them for like $2 at Lowe's. Then I have electrical tape, and my plate carrier is the Emerson JPC. It's designed to be really small. It stands for jumpable plate carrier, and it's just designed to protect your vital organs, which are all on your chest. Not supposed to cover your whole body. Normally you see a lot of smaller people using it. I'm a big guy and I'm a rebel, so I'm gonna use it because I don't know. I just love it. I just love how I love these little children. As like the small design, as the exoskeleton cummerbunds. I have zip ties on the back, but eventually I'm gonna get it on my MBSS or map pack, just because I love them. They look so cool, and I just wanna use it every day, kind of thing. And I need a hydration carrier because here in Florida it's so hot you can't go play without having water. It's so essential. Um, then for my first line of gear, I have a battle belt, which I actually think was a Condor first gen. I'm not sure. We traded battle belts because his was too big, mine was too small, so that was a perfect match. It's an OD green. I need a duty belt because my duty belt was too small to have the battle belt over it. It was fitted to my body, so. Then on the battle belt, I'm eventually gonna get some fast mag pouches. I'm gonna have a dumb pouch in the back and a med kit or an IFAK, either way. Then for the camo, I'm running either full woodland M81 or a DCU desert combat uniform or a woodland mix. I'm gonna mix the DCU with the multicam.
Mhm.
Then I just wear basic boots. Nothing special. That's it for my loadout. I eventually want to get a good, decent comm system set up. I kind of want to get the Z-Tech, but I always hear bad stuff about them, but I like how they look.
Yeah. One thing I'll tell you is when you get the bucking, Just make sure when you're putting the hop-up unit back over your barrel, you like, just kind of like slowly twist the two on each other, because what will either happen is your
Videos
butt,
after video on how to fix it. Yeah.
what'll happen is that either you could possibly rip the bucking, which I don't think will happen. That's a pretty good bucking. Um,
I'll lube the crap out of it.
hmm. Yeah, that's a good, yeah, lube it. Uh, you'll fold up the bucking, you'll like scrunch up the bucking, and that won't work right. My SEMA AKs, but I remember when I put it back together, I forgot to put the nub back in the hop-up unit, and I also scrunched up the bucking. So, I don't know how the thing's still working correctly, but it is.
I don't know if you guys can see that. I can barely even see it, but that's my hop-up unit.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to see. But, yeah. I'm gonna try and fit it in there. I actually think the old bucking's stuck in there.
And also make sure that when you're doing that, your hop-up nub, it could fall out of your hop-up window. So if that, it's just like a little piece of rubber.
Yeah.
Just make sure you put that back in there, and you don't lose it because it's really tiny. And it's
Yeah,
kind
I know exactly what you're talking about. I almost fell out one time. Eventually, I'm planning on getting a complete new hop-up unit, which I want to get a stainless steel one just so it won't break.
the one that we got for his M4 is a Lonex one, and that one's really nice, and I'm pretty sure they make one for an AK. The
I'll
hop-up,
just look at the bike.
and it's cheap too. It's like $16. My hop-up unit. My hop-up unit came metal. That's nice. And it came with the Mad Bull bucking in it because Echo One pretty much puts the Mad Bull bucking in all their guns. It didn't come with the Mad Bull nub though, which is weird. We just lost Tetris. Weird. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
We just lost Tetris. I don't know what happens. Maybe his phone died. I doubt it. You said you put it on the charger. Let's see this.
Sorry for that, my mom just came home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ball cap fast tunnel thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. Feel stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, then with my loadout, I just have this mesh mask courtesy of or
Yep.
check. And then I operator cutted it so it can go right on there. It's pretty comfy. I didn't have to cut it yet to fit my goggles. It's been fitting pretty well, so that's a plus.
I tell you what, we got a pair of Desert Locusts from that guy, and I like the ESSs a little bit better because they have the like foam padding around the inside of them, and it makes them like real comfy. And they're not as
It's rubber. They just use rubber.
I
I mean, it's still pretty comfy. Like, I haven't had it fog yet, but sometimes, like, well, I haven't tested it out yet because when I actually used it, hold on, it's all over the place. Yeah. So, because before when I used to play, I used to have a balaclava, and that was just getting all the heat up in there. So it never fogged, but you would have like little beads of water or respiration coming off, but it didn't hinder your vision pretty much. It was pulling through pretty good. But now with the mesh mask, no problem. Just breathes normally. No fogging yet. It's good.
I'll tell you what, when I used to have the mesh goggles, I hated those things.
Yeah.
Because they're Desert Locust styles, and the Desert Locust ones are a lot bigger than the ESSs because they're meant to fit under night vision goggles. So I just felt like I had this gigantic, useless lug on the top of my face, and it was weird. And I could barely see through it indoor because it was mesh, and I couldn't see through my sniper scope with it. And one time it rains when I was wearing them, and water would beat up in between the little mesh pieces, and I couldn't see.
Yeah, I used to have an old full face. And there goes my phone. Yeah, I used to have an old full face mask that I painted twice, and that had I think it was like 22 gauge steel mesh. It was alright, but I don't like mesh.
Neither do I. I still have to wear the balaclava though when I'm wearing the mesh mask, just to keep the mesh off my face because it'll rub my face raw. But I still don't have too big of a problem with my ESSs fogging. They'll fog like a little bit at the top, but I can still see this.
I definitely need to fix up my laptop so I can do this. My phone's not working out.
You have a webcam?
Yeah, my laptop has a webcam on it, but it's just a piece of crap laptop. So yeah, that's my loadout. Basic. What are you doing? My mom's being crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
It's hereditary, yeah. So yeah, what else is there to talk about? So we have our loadouts, our back history. What about the future of the group?
Well, first of all, we need to get You're Not Goober Eater enough patches. That's good.
Yeah. We gotta have it somehow. Yeah, we gotta try and pull out the design, see how it works.
There's tons of websites where you could customize personal patches on.
Patches and stuff, yeah. I'll look at them. I'll look into it, yeah.
I mean, we kind of got our group. We just play for now. Maybe we'll get you on the video nights eventually.
Everyone else in the group just want to play.
We still got lots of stuff for our loadouts. We gotta get. I still gotta get a pistol, man.
Yeah.
A 1911 tac. Really do. I gotta get a new helmet.
I actually think one of my friends is getting a Elite Force 1911, but he's getting it the old style, not the tactical.
And
He's old school.
my dad, with the next money he gets from his action figures, is planning on getting a GoPro. So that'll be cool. And the good thing about that is we can switch who has the GoPro on. It's like it could be me or him, even you if you wanted to have the GoPro on. Because it just fits right into that NVG mount.
Yep.
We gotta figure out how to mount that thing upside down too.
Upside down?
Yeah, like you can mount it. There's a way you mount it so that it's upside down. So instead of being like up here, it's like down here. So it's like more eye level, like level cap.
Yeah, I have my polycarbonate sheet that he gave me that I'm gonna cut out my iPod, and then I'm gonna try and like mount it on here. I need to angle it though, because if I have it up here, just mounted it, it's gonna be facing up instead of forward. So I'm gonna see what I can do. But yeah,
I think that
eventually I'm gonna go to a big Milsim event.
it would be really
cool. The future.
There's some that go that happen in Florida. I know that too. There's one at Combat City. If you've seen some of those patches at like
Yeah, it's like Cold War or something. Like Operation Cold War or something crazy. I don't know. Yeah, one of my friends actually went to the second one. I think.
hmm,
I don't know. Are they planning on doing more of those or?
I
they
have
don't?
no clue. It probably wasn't like planned by Combat City. It was probably a company that wanted to do it at Combat City. It'd be cool to get to go to some different fields someday too, and just test out some of the fields of Florida. I know
Yeah,
that.
there's this one field called I think it's either DV8 or DX8 that's in Tampa, and looking at some of the
DV8.
pictures, they look pretty hardcore. They have like those sandbags, those big like watchtowers. I think they even sometimes have like small um, armored vehicles there, and it's pretty like a Milsim event.
Mhm. Sometimes I
Apparently
feel
there's light theme.
sometimes I feel like Combat City is a little bit like Baby's first airsoft field, but
What?
it's one. So
They're like a what?
Baby's first airsoft field a little bit.
They're just a field to play with. They don't do much.
Mm.
It's just a nice place to be with your friends or just train.
The outdoor is pretty fun. The indoor can get a little bit not
Crazy. Yeah.
so the intrepid. Yeah.
Because my friend that I play with, he always like. And the indoor's okay. There's a
So
lot more chance for something to go crazy.
mhm. There's quite a few people at the indoor that like to not call hits, and there's people who have their polar stars bumped up to like 85 rounds a second, and there's lots of little kids there. I find the little kids very interesting though. Like the guys, they're funny because they like to yell across the field and they take it more seriously than like you and I do. Like you and I, we go there, we goof off. Um, we go to the outdoor and we don't goof off as much, but we do things like charging straight into their spawn at the beginning of the game. We mess with the little kids. We run around with his hand on my drag handle the whole time, which is pretty fun. I feel very when you do that, and I feel very like your life is in my hands when you got your hand on my drag handle and I'm in front. Because I know if I go somewhere and I get shot, you're gonna get shot. So it's like, let's make sure I actually check all the corners before I run somewhere instead of
The reason I do that, holding on to the drag handle, it's so you can keep tight. If anything happens, like if you go around the corner, if somebody's there, it can quickly pull you back. Or like it's just to like stick in formation, just keep up together, don't get lost. Buddy system.
I know a lot of teams do stuff like that for indoor TV. Because like usually what I do, if you don't have your hand on my drag handle, I just run straight to where I want to go and hope I don't get shot. But if your hand's on my drag handle, I actually, uh-oh, you got a family fight. It's first show. It's fine. Let's just let it
They're
happen.
going crazy.
How about closing the door?
Let's close
How
the
about
door.
trying that? That might help.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, I probably should talk a little bit about my dual airsoft personality. I also have a sniper loadout. I have a sniper rifle.
Oh, gosh, I have my war story about that.
Yeah, we have lots of stories about me and my sniper. We have a lot of stories about me in general, because I like running off on my own and just doing my own thing. And I don't do it purposefully, but I do it a lot. Just not
Just your
realizing.
mindset, yeah. Just try and rush them.
Like, if I notice there's
mean, like, it's not a bad thing, but if we're trying to, like, stick together and we end up getting lost, it's not the greatest. But it works, you know?
here's what I do is I go on the field, like, really this is mainly at the outdoor, because the indoor you don't work together so much at, and because we're not so serious when we play indoor. But I'll be running around and I'll notice there's a bunch of bad guys over there, or I can flank people from this way, and I don't bother like with my comms telling you guys, hey, let's go this way, because I don't always know exactly where you are. So what I wind up doing just in my mindset is I just go there on my own. And sometimes it works out. Most of the time I wind up getting shot in the side of the face. Or getting shot by friendlies. Or shooting friendlies. And that's another debate, is which feels worse, getting shot by friendlies or shooting friendlies. I always feel bad when a team kills somebody. But,
Did you check the mail?
Usually I don't realize though when I'm getting shot by friendlies. I have before. Like one time I was in my sniper loadout and I was just like sitting there and there's this kid with a rental gun and he was like trying to peek a corner and shooting, but he wasn't watching where his barrel was and he was shooting me in the back like 3 feet away the whole time. I was like, I turned around like, hey, are you shooting me, man? He was like, no, and I'm like, you're shooting me right now in the back of the arm. I can see it happening. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh, okay. And it hurt.
Yeah, the greatest memory I had with you in your ghillie suit was when we had a squad kind of capture the flag thing going on. And what it was all the players on the field was divided into, I think it was about a 10-man squad, 10 or 12 people in a squad. And the squad leader would have a flag in the back. Our squad leader was Chad, and so he had the flag on his back, and we got sent to Port Lucie, which is a part on the outdoor of Combat City, which is far in the back. It's like out of nowhere. You've been there. It's just like a small little shed, middle of nowhere. But up ahead is the village that's deemed Orlando. Our whole squad took Port Lucie and then eventually moved up to Orlando, and we were holding on that whole position. A lot of people were walking by us, staring us down, probably trying to think of how they were going to get us, but nobody actually tried to engage us. Except for this one little kid, and his buddy. This one little kid, he was like probably 4 feet tall. He was wearing like sweats, he had like sweatpants on and a hoodie with a paintball mask. And he was just walking around like in the middle of the place, like he was lost. I turned to my buddy, he was like, is that kid on our team? It's like, what kid? I was like, and I pointed to him, I was like, that kid. I swear, I've not seen him before this whole game. I don't think he's on our team. And he's just standing there all casually, just like, not even trying to hit us, just looking at us. So we confronted him, and they're like, hey buddy, what you doing here? He's like, I don't know. It's like, you lost? I was like, I don't know. He's like, do you know what our little team signal is? Or what our team signal was is that we would just give ourselves a thumbs up if we were lost. Like if we needed to know who was friendly, we would look at each other and just thumbs up. And we would know. But as soon as he said that he didn't know, I just hear this BB go flying past him and hit him dead center in the chest. And as soon as he got hit, like the look on his face just went from like confused just to like sad and like just completely lost on what was going on. And I'm guaranteed he did not know where you hit him, because I even know who hit him. I thought it was Chad, and my dad thought it was Chad who shot him too. But then I just see him in his ghillie suit. He just rises up out of the bushes and just starts walking away. I was like, jeez.
The funny thing was
another kid fighting with them too, and they just surrendered.
Yeah, the other kid that was like, he was like hiding in the thing, and he just like walked away with the guy.
He's like, I'm done, I give up. I'm not putting up with this.
I'm pretty sure that kid was one of two things. Either he was really trying to be sneaky and kill all of us, which I doubt because he's really confused, or he just had walked on the field late and didn't know what was going on, and just like, hey, there's guys over there. Let's go walk over to them. And the funny thing was that no one seemed to notice like them walking over there. Like that was
it was crazy. We like literally had like every angle we would have somebody guarding. Like we had people guarding the north, south, east, and west. We all had our positions. We all had like our radios talking to each other. We had two guys out in the bushes scanning around just trying to see what was going on. And literally that kid had to come from nowhere because where he was standing, there was two of our teammates like probably like 10 meters behind them. I have no idea where they came from. But I know the kid, we saw him walking around before because he was wearing a white shamog, and I knew that we were scoping him down because he was walking around, going towards Port Lucie. But I have no idea. He just appeared there.
And the funny thing was that I shot him and he flinched and yelled "ow," and then I stood up and waved at him and he still didn't seem to see me.
Yeah, my dad always thought that it was Chad who shot him. Like literally, like last month we were talking about it, and that's when he found out that it was actually you who shot him.
The other thing is I might have shot him within my sniper engagement distance, maybe. Granted, my sniper rifle, yeah, it's only shooting like 420 FPS, which isn't that much over the limit for a sniper rifle. Which sniper rifles are allowed to shoot over the limit, then they just have an engagement distance. But I was like 20 feet away from the kid in a bush, and I just shot him in the chest mercilessly.
You do not mess with the gooberators. We will shoot you in the bush, and you will not see us. You are not gooberator enough.
I gotta work on my sniper rifle though, because like I said, it only shoots like 420 FPS, and it needs some upgrades. Really needs a new hop-up unit, is what it really needs. Ow! Just dropped the hammer on my toe.
My friend had this old sniper.
This hammer's really cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Wait,
my friend had
there's
an
more.
old sniper that was going to try and
That's
salvage the hop-up button out of it, but it turns out it didn't have a hop-up button, so I don't know what that was.
it's a different style hop-up looking.
Yeah.
It's like shorter and wider. And gas blowbacks have a different style hop-up bucking too. Or gas blowback pistols. I think gas blowback rifles have the same style hop-up bucking. I'm not sure. I don't use gas blowbacks, so screw figuring
Yeah,
that.
my gas pistol, my macro doesn't have a hop-up bucking, it's just a barrel. You put the trigger barrel in the back. Maybe. But I really want to get a Glock, and then I really want to get an M4 or like a. I really
So,
500 bucks.
I think this just about wraps up our show for now. We've been doing this for a while, and I've still got to finish.
My mom dropped off food for me. I had a care package dropped off. Whoa.
Sweet. And we don't have too much more to talk about, and Vincent is really starting to get annoying, so...
Next time we'll try and have like a set time. We can probably even think up of a list of topics to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'll try and make my appearance look more professional, other than having all this going around, like flying all over the place.
Yep. And definitely we'll try to get like Carlos and Jazz on here eventually.
Yeah, we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, we'll probably do this the next time we have more to talk about, which might be after the next time we go play. Or maybe if one of us gets like a bunch of new stuff or something. So, yeah. That's about it for us, guys. We've been going for about an hour. Bye.